2023 is here, and all the Social Security changes that we've been hearing about are now in effect. And in this video, I'm going to show you 7 of those and how they can have an impact upon your finances. Well, I'm going to begin with the one that is the most important one, really the one that's the most obvious as well, that's impacting everyone that's on Social Security. There's 66 million people today receiving Social Security benefits, and everyone's going to get a cost of living adjustment this year of 8.7%. Now, the average Social Security benefit right now is actually $1,827 for this year. I know many make more and many make less for sure, but the whole point is about $150 increase is what the average person is going to get on their Social Security check, and so that 8.7% is going to be very, very nice. Now, the second one is the increase to the maximum Social Security benefit. I just shared with you that the average recipient right now on Social Security is receiving $1,827, but the person receiving the maximum benefit is $3,627. So if someone maxes out, that's exactly what their benefit will be in 2023. Now, in order to reach that maximum, there's actually 3 criteria. First off, someone had to get to full retirement age, meaning they did not take early. They went to their full retirement age, whatever that is, and that varies anywhere between 66 to 67 years old. The second thing that happened is they had to work for 35 years. In other words, as they look at that income that's been paid into Social Security, and the taxes with that had to be a full 35 years because Social Security uses the top 35 years. And then thirdly and lastly, they had to max out every single year. In other words, that income limit, they actually hit that limit of maximum Social Security taxable income each year. All right, and then if they did that, that's exactly what they'll be getting in 2023 for their Social Security benefit. Hey, just real quickly, if you're finding this video to be helpful, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do so, that'll let YouTube know that this is helpful information, and they'll send it out to others who also need to learn about Medicare. Now, the third change has to do with this topic, and that is that for some of you, you're actually going to see an increase in taxes being paid into Social Security. Let me explain how that works. Right now, if you're working for someone, 6.20% of every dollar that you're making is going into Social Security. This would be a payroll tax or FICA taxes. 1.45% goes into Medicare. And again, if you're working for someone, what happens, your employer matches that and that. Now, if you're self-employed, you pay that full amount, of course. And so what happens is we pay 6.20% of every dollar that we're making up to a certain limit. Now, let me show you what's going on. In 2022, that limit was $147,000. Any money above that, we didn't have to pay the Social Security tax. That limit's been raised to 2023 to $160,200, which means they've raised that. So people that are high income, they're going to be paying more taxes. And you'll notice the difference here is $13,200 of additional taxable income. And so that's going to cost someone right at $1,640 in additional taxes because of this increase. So those of you that are high income, you're going to see a little bit of additional taxes because of that raised limit. All right, the fourth change has to do with the qualifying limits to be eligible to draw Social Security as well as Medicare. Now, in order to be eligible, of course, we have to be U.S. citizens or permanent legal residents for 5 consecutive years. But we also have to pay into the system enough time and enough money to be able to get those benefits. So the way it works is this. We have to have 40 quarters to be eligible for Social Security retirement benefits as well as Medicare, which is basically equivalent to about 10 years worth of work. And so what happens is we have to make a certain dollar limit, and that increased in 2023. And so in 2023, we have to make $1,640 of income to be able to get a quarter. Now, I cannot get more than 4 quarters in the year, but that amount of income of W-2 income or net self-employment income will give me a quarter. So that means I have to do what? $6,560 will give me my 4 quarters for 2023. And so as long as we've made that sometime during the year, it could be 1 month, could take us 2 months, or all 12 months, it doesn't matter. But once I've accumulated that much money in 2023, I will have gotten my 4 quarters to be able to contribute to the 40 that I need to be able to draw those benefits off of Social Security as well as Medicare. Now, this fifth change is not going to affect everybody unless you're on Medicare, but those that are on Medicare, this certainly could have an effect upon you. Now, the way Medicare works is Medicare A for most people is zero premium. Remember, we just talked about the 40 quarters. As long as we have 40 quarters paid in, or we can draw those from a spouse or an ex-spouse or deceased spouse, then the Part A premium will be zero for the rest of our life. But Part B is never going to be free unless you qualify for 100% Medicaid, which is low income and low assets. And most people aren't going to qualify for that. But Part B this year has a premium of $164.90 a month. That's what we pay for that Medicare Part B coverage. And that $164.90 comes out of our Social Security check, or they bill us for this quarterly or do a monthly bank draft until we start taking Social Security. But this $164.90 is based upon what is called our modified adjusted gross income. Modified adjusted gross income. So if I'm on Medicare in 2023, they're going to look back at my 2021 tax return to establish what my Part B premium is going to be. And so these thresholds are increasing from 22 to 23. And so what happens is when they look back and they're looking at 2021, if my income in 2021 as a single filer filed a single return, if it's $97,000 or less, you would pay that $164.90. For a married couple, $194,000 or less, again, you would pay each of you that $164.90. But if I'm going to be above these numbers, above $97,000 or above the $194, then I'm going to pay an additional amount for my Part B premium, and those are called IRMAs. And that's an acronym that stands for Income-Related Monthly Adjusted Amount. So these are surcharges added to Medicare B as well as Medicare D. Now, depending upon where the income is, there's 5 different threshold ranges. And so those range anywhere from about $75 to $80 upwards to about $500 extra dollars for our Medicare B as well as D. And my whole point is this: as we move from 22 to 23, these numbers went up because last year this number was actually $91,000, and this was $182,000. So you can see now we will not have to pay IRMAs as quickly as we would have to in 2022. So this is a very nice increase to these limits. Therefore, less people should have to pay those IRMAs added to their Medicare B as well as D. Now, our fifth change has to do with those that are receiving disability income. Right now, there's about 9 million people that receive Social Security disability benefits. And that just simply means they've been diagnosed either with a physical or an emotional disability and receiving benefits because of that. Right now, the average check in 2023 is going to be about $1,500. Now, the issue is this. If a person that is receiving disability has other income, meaning earned income. This is not investment income. It's not income from rental property or those kinds of things. It just means working wages, earned income. So we have a limit as to how much we can make of our income if we're going to continue to get the disability benefits. All right. Again, the average check's about $1,500. And so those limits went up in 2023, meaning we can make more money. And so there's 2 different categories of people that are receiving disability benefits, and that would be this. We have those that are non-blind, disabled workers, and then of course we have blind disabled workers. And so we have earned income limits for both of these groups of people. And so for those that are non-blind, the most they can make on a monthly basis is $1,470 again in earned income. If they make above that limit, then they'll actually stop paying those disability payments. Now, a blind disabled worker can actually make more than that. That limit in 2023 is $2,460. So as long as their earned income stays below $2,460, they can continue receiving that benefit. If it goes above that, then they will withdraw those benefits. Hey, if you're finding this video helpful, I want to invite you to go right up here and actually click on a link that will allow you to watch what I call the Medicare Essentials Workshop. It's a workshop that I did that really is going to show you everything you need to know about Medicare from A to Z, how to enroll, when to enroll, and the plan options for you. So go to that link and check it out. Now, this last change has to do with those people who decide to take Social Security before they have hit their full retirement age. Okay, in other words, they haven't got to that exact month when they hit that full retirement age. So let's just do a quick example. Let's suppose that someone is going to turn 7/15/1958. And they want to know how to calculate their full retirement age. Here's the way that works. So in 1958, their full retirement age is going to be 66 plus 8 months. So the way we'd count those 8 months would be this. They will turn 66 in 2024 of July, right? That's their 66th birth month. But they haven't yet reached full retirement age because they have to add 8 months to that. So the way we would do that, we would count August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So someone with that birthday is going to have a March 1, 2025 full retirement age. And if they take Social Security prior to March 1, 2025, and they draw Social Security, they're eligible to do so, but they're going to be limited as to how much money they can make. And so here's the way that works in this particular example. So this person was eligible for Social Security as early as 62. But if they keep working and get wages, and we have this earnings test from 62 up until, now watch, December of 2024. In other words, December of the year prior to when they hit their full retirement age, this right here, they can only make $21,240 of income, wages. Remember, not retirement income, not pension income, no annuity income, none of that income, only wages. They're limited at $21,240. And so for every $2 above that limit they make, they actually will take $1 out of their Social Security benefit. All right, it's all front loaded. So if I'm over $4,000, they're going to take $2,000 out. They will hold $2,000 worth of Social Security checks. And once that money has been held back, then they'll turn on the Social Security. So whatever that amount that they're reducing, that penalty will be withheld, and then they'll turn on Social Security. So that is from 62 up until the year I hit full retirement age. Then the year I hit full retirement age, this number drastically changes. It goes up a lot, and the penalty is going to be less. So watch. So in this example, from January 2025, and because they hit in March, it's only 2 months, February of 2025, they can actually make $56,520 in wages. It goes up substantially. And then, if I'm above that, for every $3 above, they take $1 out of my check, so there's much of a less penalty. But what happens is this. Once I hit my full retirement age amount that particular month, then what happens is this earnings test goes away. And once I hit that full retirement age, if I turn on Social Security, there's no longer any earnings test. I can make as much money as I want, any source of income. It'll have no bearing whatsoever on my Social Security benefit.